Hey guys, War Machine 395 here with part 2 of my Master Grade Turn A review. Alright, so at this point we're going to reassemble our mobile suit. Okay, starting with the torso here. Simple as, so you have the head. Pop that on. Alright, the shoulders come next. I have all the weapon holding bits on there already on this shoulder. Show you how to put those on again on the next shoulder. Okay, so you have to put the shoulder in first, and then you have this poking out still. Arm, and see if I can't line that up correctly. It's just going to be hard and pop. Alright, again, everything in here is pretty much made of ABS plastic. If it's dark gray, or if it's a slightly darker shade of white, then it's ABS plastic. Alright, and it moves pretty stiffly after that. Alright, so again, shoulder armor. I should stop throwing things around. Have a nice little peg here. And the whole thing just slides over the shoulder joint, pops in, and alright, then forearm until it pops. Assuming I can get it to stay where I want it to. There we go. Alright, I'll put this on now too. Okay, so this is the shield holder. Just goes on like that. Nice and easy. Beam saber holder, just done like that. Okay, so that's the entire upper body. Okay, including beam sabers, which you can kind of move up like that if you like the original Gundam look a little more. Alright, with the beam sabers popped up like bunny ears over the shoulders. Alright, and then the waist. Okay, that just snaps together as such. Try and keep the side skirts out a little bit so it's easier to get the arms on, legs on. I don't speak English still. Okay, these just peg in as before, pop. Pop. Alright, so that's how we're looking. Straight out of the box, no lining. All the weapons you can see behind here, and I left some of the missiles out in favor of a cow, I guess. Let's see here. Real quick, we have an action-based attachment as well that fits actually in the back of the mobile suit. I'll show you here in the instructions as soon as I open them up. This is kind of a unique thing. Okay, so what you do, basically, since it's going to be pretty hard to do with just my fingers, is at the back there's a little blue button that you push on to open the front hatches. You just pull that out, this one right here, and then you peg this in. Alright, so your action base will hold it from here rather than crotch, which is eternally obvious and extremely awkward, especially with this mobile suit. Okay, so it's much better here actually, in my opinion. Holds it more center of gravity and you don't have to worry about it falling off your action base as much, which is great. Alright, so that, let's take a look at how it handles the weapons here. Okay, right, so the rifle, let's actually swap out hand here, just one hand to begin with, this one here. And I showed you how all the joints move already, so I'm not too concerned about that. Actually, we'll leave that one closed. And go with the now if you go like this, Ooh. Except for the fingers are, especially the ball jointed finger, is actually very, very loose. Now I try and fix that one with a bit of glue. This bit here. Okay, it's actually very hard to get it holding this with that handle. Okay, so I can do it, it just doesn't really want to. Not with that handle anyway. Okay, let's try putting that in. Twist this back into position, and then just like that. And you can carry it kind of like a briefcase as well, if you're so inclined. So, again, the fingers are kind of loose, and they really don't want to hold it. Not like this anyway. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. Taking his rifle to work, I guess. Alright, so from there, you have the one trigger extra. It swings down like your standard beam rifle handle. Right, and that plugs in to the peg on the hand. Oh, and I'm trying to get it underneath the arm actually, because that is the only way it's going to fit. As soon as I get it lined up, that'd be beautiful. Alright, so we have the rifle. Put these up a little bit, and I think I'll add the shield to this. I think it actually looks pretty decent like that. Hopefully I can get that in frame. Alright, so the shield is really huge looking on it. Even huger if you put it next to another mobile suit, to be honest, because this is a big master grade, and we'll get to that in a size comparison later. So yeah, for accessories, it's pretty well stocked. We'll put those in the shield, the back here in a second. So I think, yeah, that's actually my favorite place to put the shield, is on the backpack. It just looks better, I think. Okay, assuming I can get the peg in. So that just pegs into the attachment I showed you earlier. The rifle, just collapse the handle back in, slide up the cover for that, hoping it stays there, and then that whole bit, hopefully staying together, just pops in there like that. So it kind of sticks up over the shoulder a bit, but that's quite alright. Shield can rotate a tiny bit. We'll get the duck feet to go, and bend the forearms back here. Alright, and we'll take a look at the only trouble with getting this in hand is the shape of the handle. Being that weird anchor shape, it does not want to stay where you put it. As soon as you bend the wrist, it's free again, right? So that represents a bit of trouble for this guy. But beyond that, it's still kind of my favorite accessory for this guy. As soon as I can get it lined up, that would be brilliant, right? Alright, and Alright, so I got it in hand. It took a little longer than I'd like. But anyway, it looks pretty good in hand, especially if you can kind of drape it over one hand or the other. There's another way to hold it, I suppose, too. If you're so inclined, you can kind of wrap it around the forearm here. A wrecking ball. And switch to another favorite pose. Tweak the mustache. Alright. Not really getting that pose right, mind you, but yeah, there we go. Tweak the mustache a bit there. And adjust the wrecking ball. There we go. Anyway, fully stocked and mustachioed. Looks pretty good as the kit goes. Hopefully you guys spotted in the review where there's a lot of lining opportunities. Pretty much everywhere, which would really break up the white a lot if I had done it. But I gotta paint it first, so hopefully I'll get to that in future days. Probably won't be done by the end of November, but it'll get done. So, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you at the next review.